The problem of the hero going to meet the father is to open his soul beyond terror to such a degree that he will be ripe to understand how the sickening and insane tragedies of this vast and ruthless cosmos are completely validated in the majesty of being. Hey, this is episode 9 of the Inside Hero's Journey series. This is Atonement with the Father. So we're going to be going through both of those two concepts, both the Father and Atonement, why the hero needs to do it, what all of these things represent, how it relates to what happened in the previous two stages with the mother, the goddess archetype, and how that all fits together. All right, let's get started. In stories, the father represents justice, wrath, mercy, and grace. And the hero experiences all of these different things through the father archetype, and it's supposed to make the hero feel more confident in being able to overcome the problem, and not supposed to be seen so much as like being punished. And the hero has to rely on the gifts and the ideas that they received earlier in the story to help them and protect them against the mounting problems that they're going to be experiencing at this stage in the story. The punishing father, or the justice and wrath side of the father, is the hero's ego personified, which will be based on the problem that they were experiencing in the ordinary world. That problem will be presented in a way that will tell the hero that what they're doing is wrong and destructive from the ordinary world's perspective. Now, the way that problem's presented forces the hero to only see the punishing, justice, wrath side of the father, and doesn't let them see the mercy and grace side of the father. And that extends into how the hero thinks the whole world only sees the justice, wrath side of the father too. Now, atonement, or making right a wrong, is to think that we are morally right, that wanting to change without taking action is bad. Now, when a hero wants to take that action, they have to get rid of their sense of self-importance and know that what they are doing is the right thing to do, no matter what happens to them. And to just trust that the father has a merciful side. So what happens here is a hero will move what they believe away from what is troubling them, so that what troubles them goes away. A hero will use what they learned from the mother or the goddess in order to help them through the punishment or the justice and wrath set up by the father. Now, that lesson will protect the hero as their ego is dismantled by the father. Now, a hero can't trust the justice and wrath side of the father, and so they have to put their belief that they're going to change elsewhere, which when they discover the father has a merciful and graceful side, they realize that the mother and the father are essentially the same. The father and the mother both initiate a hero into how to move forward with their life, and they both have a good and a bad side. But the father has an added element of competition. The hero has to compete with the father in order to master this new idea, or become in control of the change that they want to make, if you prefer. Initiation does two specific things. It introduces new skills, responsibilities, and benefits that the hero will experience as they make their change. And the other thing is that it will change the emotional relationship that the hero has towards the mother and father archetypes. Now, the father won't let the hero change unless they have completely gotten rid of all of the old ideas that were holding the hero back from changing in the ordinary world. Because if a hero hasn't gotten rid of those old ideas, then there's a chance that when they go back to the ordinary world, they will unconsciously feel selfishness or arrogance or bitterness towards the change that they made, and because they'll be different. Now, a properly initiated hero will not just go back changed, but they'll also be able to be the father archetype to people back in the ordinary world. They will be able to initiate, because they're now competent in how that change works, they will be able to initiate others into what they have learned. Grace is the thing that sheds light on our delusions, and it's the same light that shows us something new. It's an indestructible force of life that destroys and simultaneously creates. It's the thing that when we are shown that we are wrong, it's also an opportunity for us to figure out what's right. The paradox of the Father. That something comes from nothing. That from destruction comes creation. And that's how the Father chooses to teach their lesson. It doesn't make logical sense, but it does work. So, any ideology about how to live your life has reality putting pressure on it. And it's up to the hero to move through those pressure points and get rid of any ideas that are holding the hero or the ideology back from moving forward with reality. So when a hero meets with the Father, they have to open themselves up to such a high degree of punishment that part of what they learn is that the harsh things in life are acceptable if they allow you to live free. Now, I like to think of it as like living at home with your parents versus moving out on your own. You know, there's a degree of safety and comfort and protection living at home with your parents. And when you move out, you're kind of out in the big wide world. You got to deal with rent and bills and jobs and noisy neighbors and all kinds of crap. But it allows you to live however you choose to live. You don't have to worry about what mum and dad think when you go and do things. You can just do what you feel you need to do. And it's in those moments for a hero that they go beyond what life is. They kind of see what the essence of living is. And they see the Father and they understand. They're now together and they represent the same thing. The hero transcends life with its peculiar blind spot, and for a moment rises to a glimpse of the source. He beholds the face of the Father, understands, and the two are atoned.